Hey guys, it's Logan here with Hydra 572. Now just a couple of minutes ago, being an idiot like usual, I took my brand new to me G10 Espada from Cold Steel out to pick up some sand for working in our backyard, and I left it in my pocket while I was doing buckets of sand, and I got sand all through the pivot, and I was taking it apart so that I could wipe everything down, get lube on everything, and get the sand out. I thought this would be a perfect time for another beginner knife knowledge. This one will be how back locks work, and then how the Cold Steel Triad lock works. So as you guys can see, there are all the workings of a back lock. We have, or a rocker lock. We have our lock bar and our spring and our blade, and I'll just go ahead and actuate it. So you guys can see the blade movement has started to move the lock bar, which, as the blade becomes closed, will be pushed by the spring into that little back cavity of the blade, and now the blade is locked. It cannot fold until that lock is depressed. Pushing on that moves the lock bar out of the way, allows you to swivel everything back down in. Normally there's a cut that will function sort of like a detent, keeping the knife closed in your pocket until you would like to open it. So there are the basic moving components. We have our blade with a little recess cut for the lock bar. We have the lock bar, and we have this spring here applying pressure to it. And opening the blade actuates the lock bar. You have to move the lock bar to close the knife, at which point it will move into a smaller recess, which will keep the blade closed in your pocket. Now, how the Cold Steel Triad lock varies from a normal rocker lock is all in this pin here. They call that the stop pin. And as you guys can see, with the blade closed, that pin is inserted into steel and then G10, and it is between the rocker lock and the blade, so all of the force going onto the blade is transferred into that pin and into the much stronger structure of that steel and G10 rather than being put into the lock bar. It is self-adjusting. We have a little bit of space for the pin that the lock bar swivels on to move around if need be as these surfaces machine each other. It will stay a tight lockup, and yeah, that is how a back lock works. Now I will continue going ahead and cleaning my knife. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you didn't know how a back lock works, that is the gist of it. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more of the same.